Have you made in those 2 weeks, and where do you feel like you're at?
Yeah, I feel good. I mean, just being out there is a win. You know, it's a long road back from that kind of stuff, and you know, dealing with the rehab process and just trying to get back out there. So I was happy with that. Just nice to be back in a game. Been a long time, and kind of just build off of it.
Do you feel like your timing obviously is going to take, a few games worth to get back on track? What did you think of a starting point today?
I thought it was fine. I honestly didn't care what the results were at all. Just find out where you're at and go from there. I thought there were some good things, some things that weren't so good, but it was basically how I expected it to be, and my body felt good. So it was pretty much the biggest concern of the day, and kind of just take that baseline and build off that for the next 4 weeks.
Will the next step be like trying to go back to back, or will it be playing the field? What will be the next thing for you?
I don't really know. I haven't really talked to them about it. It was just focusing on today, and then just kind of see how the next few days go, see how I feel tomorrow, and go from there.
We often talk to pitchers about coming back from arm things where they have to sort of like find that feel again, find the mechanics again. Are there any comps to a hitter who has back surgery in terms of like finding the mechanics of the swing again?
I don't know. I mean, it's my first time, so I've been kind of trying to feel it out and see, if it feels familiar or not familiar. Physically I feel good, so I think that's probably the most important thing. It's like, all right, like I can go out there and play a game and make it to the end of it, or end of your day, I guess. I think every year at this time there's things that you can work on and things that you aren't as mechanically sound as you want to be once the season starts. But as far as like physical, like my work all feels the same, like the days feel the same, so just kind of get back in the games and get in the flow of major league game. I've done basically everything so far but playing a game, so the more of those you can get under your belt, the better. And, we got a month to get it right.
I assume you're past the point of like thinking about the back anymore, or being nervous about swinging. Like, is that gone now, and you're just like full?
Yeah, I think I kind of think I hit that milestone a while ago. Just like, all right, I feel pretty comfortable with where I'm at, and talking to the doctors and all that stuff, and now it's just repping it out, really. It's been a long time since I played, and it was just cool to be out there, honestly, because it's just a long road from the last time that I did it.
Yeah.
So honestly, that was a victory in itself for me today, and then obviously the results will come later, and pretty much standard in spring training.
From the day that you did decide to do the surgery last year to this point now, has it sort of gone to the best wishes, like to the best you could have imagined of, okay, I'm going to be a full participant in spring training and going to be ready for opening day?
Yeah, so far, hopefully that trajectory continues, and I just got to the point where I had to do it last year. It wasn't even a choice of like, should I do it or not. There was only one choice, basically. So yeah, I mean, since then, the procedure went good, and then the rehab process was relatively smooth. Nothing really came up during that, which is good. And then all like the baseball progressions have been pretty good. Like there hadn't been any setbacks or anything. So this was kind of the date that was targeted for a while, and there were no hiccups getting to the day, so that it was good, honestly. And then just work your way from there.
Yeah, like how has it gone with the new hitting coach alignment? You have Connor, who you're so familiar with.
Yeah.
And now with Al and Eric coming in, how's that process going?
I think it's been good. And spring training is different because you're not really around everybody at one time. There's so many players, and people are on different fields and things like that. So we haven't really had like the group that you're going to have during the season and like that dynamic really. But you're familiar with them. They haven't been major league coaches, but they've been coaches here, and so you've seen them around and stuff like that. They've been good, and some days you see them, some days you don't, kind of depending on where the games are at, where you're at, and it's been good. It's been good to have Connor still around because he's familiar with a lot of the guys. And, a lot of that stuff is, it takes time to develop those relationships with coaches, trainers. Like, it's not as easy as like plug and play and like, oh, just give this guy a title and everything's the same. You have those relationships that are built through like experience and routine and like why somebody likes this and why somebody else likes this, and sometimes it's a learning curve, but having Connor there has been familiar with the guys, and Buff's been familiar with a lot of these young guys who've come through the system with us, so that's been good so far.
Al said he came out too to see you in the offseason, had like a relaxed.
Yeah, I saw Buff and Connor and those guys in the offseason, kind of when hitting started. Just to check in. We weren't doing anything crazy.
Yeah.
It was just like the beginning of the hitting stuff, just to have those guys around and build a baseline there and see the first couple swings.